Hello, my sisters and brothers in Christ. We gather once again in this Easter season and have this beautiful day. And keeping in that sense of faith in this journey, you know that some of the important things for us as a community of faith is that we focus on our sacraments, the outreach to the poor, and the formation of the faithful. So I'm joined here today with some of our students from St. William the Abbot School with just kind of like a stump the priest questions that we might have, that they may have. And we're taking a little bit of time out of this beautiful day to be in God's creation and just to interact a little bit, doing that exactly that, the formation of faith with some questions. So any questions about what you ever wanted to ask a priest? Anybody? Yeah?
How many masses do you do in an average day?
Good question. So as a priest, a term canon law means the Pope and the bishop say you can do one mass per day. So every priest's expectation would be to pray one mass per day if they're able to. But sometimes you might notice we have funerals that are here. We have other things that go on. And so you might have to celebrate more than one. So there's been a few times in my life where I've had to celebrate multiple masses because either someone wasn't here to help out, and so I had to say a couple here, or help out in another parish. You're not supposed to do like 3, 4, or 5, but there have been times that I've had to. But a priest should celebrate Mass once a day. In canon law, it's encouraged, but you don't have to do it once a day, but you have to say your prayers. Good question. Any other questions? Take the microphone. What do you got?
How old were you when you became a priest?
How old was I when I became a priest? I was 36 years old. So I went into the seminary, actually I was 35, almost 36. I went to the seminary on my 30th birthday, which was in August, and I was ordained on June 9th, almost 6 years later, when I was 35, almost 36 years old. Good question. Any other questions? What do you got?
So the question I was gonna say is, what is the best position of hand? Should you? Well, that sounds weird, but what type of position?
Posture.
Yes, or posture. You put your hands in when you're praying.
Yeah, sometimes you'll hear the expression, especially when we come to have praying hands, and in the most formal way, very often the faithful, all of us, whether you be a priest or a religious sister or a laywoman or a man, is like praying hands would often be like this, and then, but sometimes you'll see people pray in this way, kind of with their hands in between. That's totally okay, or kind of like with your thumbs together and up like this. I would say that very often you all learn this way, and you can stay like that always, and it's encouraged. But also, if your hands like this, that's okay too. It still counts. But that's a great question. Any other questions? Oh, 2 questions today. How about that?
Sorry. Wrong question. Oh, yeah. When did you decide to become a priest?
When I decided to become a priest, I was, so when I was younger, I was very open to whatever God might want for me to do. If He wanted me to become married or to stay single or become a priest, I was very open to all of that. And when I was in my 20s, I was doing some work in a church, helping out with some youth ministry, like working with you all, but a long time ago. And I just felt like this call to maybe that God was calling me specifically for Him, not to have a spouse, not to be married to a woman and have children, which is an awesome and beautiful vocation. It just didn't, I felt that God was saying, I want you to investigate the possibility of priesthood. So I was probably in my later 20s when I eventually entered into the seminary when I was 30 years old. But good questions, really, really good questions. And I think, as we said, the hope would be to have the opportunity to ask questions if you ever wanted to stump a priest or ask a priest. And so we thank you for that. For you all, please pray for that next generation. Again, our growth in the areas of sacraments, the outreach to the poor, and the formation of the faithful. We thank our parents and our teachers and all those who help out with the school. Continue to pray for them, and we're praying for you.